Before 1997, higher education was the monopoly of the government.
Right.
So he said, fine, you can open up, you can give you licenses to run, and so on and so forth. So our company took advantage of that and set up this college. As a matter of fact, we were one of the first to set up a fully residential private institution in this country. This was in 1997.
Okay.
And our first set of students arrived in January 1998. Whilst our concern at that time was mainly Malaysian students, for some peculiar reason or other, there was interest shown by foreign students through the internet and everything else wanting to come here. Our percentage of international students have been relatively high, between 30, at one stage it was 45%.
Right.
By virtue of the fact that nearly half of our student population at that time was from China.
Right.
So China, every time they contribute in a small way, is a huge thing for us here. Every time they withdraw, then we get affected adversely.
All right.
So during the last 10 years or so, the Chinese government themselves have also liberalized their education and a lot of investments going on there. So they are rather affected a little bit by the Chinese market.
Right.
But opposed to that, we have expanded our market in Africa, the Middle East, Central Asia, and India, Pakistan, and now Sri Lanka. Well, I prefer to have a holistic education, whilst we maintain that education must be specialized, especially within the last 20 years, where everybody says that education must be related to the work that they want to do. I'm a traditionalist at that. I said, education is education.
Yeah.
Work is work. And quite a lot of people like Dr. Mahathir, he was a doctor and he became a prime minister. So what is the relationship between his training?
Exactly.
And there are a lot of engineers who never practiced engineering and became corporate managers and so on and so forth. I said education up to the age of 18, 19 should be more education. And people have a choice to do what they want to do. And in order to be successful, I think, a student must be broad-minded, he must be exposed to many things, he must be active, he must be involved in extracurricular activities.
More rounded.
More rounded. That's why I prefer the holistic education. Most of these universities, compared to us, are well established already. And we need to take advantage or also to benefit from their status.
Okay.
As a young institution, it is very difficult to enter the field and knock on some of these doors. So we said that the partnership and the joint venture sometimes are good avenues for us to get together and benefit mutually.
Okay.
Sometimes I said, fine, if the students would like to stay here for 1 or 2 years, our degree program, they can also transfer to our partners and complete their degrees there. And I think that gives alternative for those students who would like to have a change in the environment. I would like to have a stint overseas and probably have a different kind of atmosphere. And for our American programs, we have an arrangement whereby we offer 60 credits here. And these 60 credits can be transferred to any one of our 40 partners in the US.
Okay.
And then they will just complete another 60 credits just to get their first degree. I think the Malaysian students have been pretty good. I think they can compete anywhere, except that our system of education is too bulky. I particularly, personally, don't like the idea of seeing my grandchildren carrying a huge bag of books to school. Whereas I don't think they need that number of books to go to school. But then, of course, when you have one minister and you've got one director general of education, they like to expand the scope of their education. But as I said, there are only 8 hours a day with students. So you increase the load, then you water down the depth. Anything is possible to me.
Okay.
If the facilities and the systems, the infrastructure is allowed. I can see it happening if the government doesn't interfere too much. Fine, I can understand them having full control of public universities because it's their money. But when it comes to private investors, they can give a framework, but they shouldn't micromanage the institution. I said, fine, these are the guidelines, you fulfill that, you are on your own.
For more videos, please visit www.voicesofmalaysia.com.